Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to achieve the Instagram brow look. I have a brow tutorial up already, but it focuses on making your brows look a little bit more natural, and this is not so natural, but the steps are basically the same, so I'll link that, but I mean I only have like 5 videos, so it's not like it's going to be hard to find, but I'll link that below. If you want to watch that first, it's very, like I go over the basics of it, and I kind of go through this a little bit quicker, so it might be helpful to watch that one first. But I'm using basically the same products. It's really easy. It's honestly very simple. It just takes a little bit of practice, and I think knowing your brow shape and what really works for your face is important. But that really just kind of comes with practice and experimenting, I guess. Make sure that you stick to your natural brow shape. I think that's the easiest way to do it, is not to give yourself like these crazy different brows, but to follow your natural shape and really just kind of like fill in the sparse areas. That way when we do this look and it is very dramatic, it doesn't look totally crazy, you know? It doesn't look like you just took a Sharpie and just like drew on like a, I don't know, an upside down check mark. Nobody wants their eyebrows to look like that, unless you do, and then do it. All right, we're gonna jump into it. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. This is the same brush that I used in my last brow tutorial. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Taupe. So I'm going to dip into the product with the brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit more product than I did last time. But I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna wipe it on the cap so that it's nice and flat. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top of the brow, at the arch, and I'm just going to draw a straight line from the top of the arch out, just following where those hairs end. I'm wiping back on the cap, and then I'm going to go underneath. So I'm really lining it this time. I'm not doing it very lightly, I'm kind of just going in with like a lot of product. And then lining underneath the brow. And then instead of, last time I did it really lightly, I'm gonna just like basically just gonna draw a line across the top of the brow. Still keeping it lighter in the front. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is pick up more product on the brush, and I'm basically just going to go in and fill in my whole brow with the dip brow. So I'm going to start at the bottom and just kind of like work that product all over. And I'm still kind of going in with a light hand. I'm not like taking everything and just putting it all over the brow. I'm not like drawing it in. Like, I don't want it to look like I went in with a Sharpie, but I am basically coloring in the whole brow. So when I do this, I really like to thicken up my brow. I'm following the shape of my brow, but I'm really like drawing these kind of straight lines to create a fuller shape. I have a decent shaped brow, like I have a nice arch and all that, but they're really sparse in some areas. I have very fine hair. So when I draw the shape, I'm really just kind of like connecting like these points, you know, like this point to the middle of the brow, to the arch, to the tail. And then I'm just filling in the parts that don't have as much hair. Okay, so now that I've gone in with the dip brow and I've done like the basic filling of the brow. I'm going to take the spoolie end of the Anastasia brush and just brush them out, because there are some areas where we put down a lot of product and there's kind of a buildup and you can see it. So I'm just going to brush that out. Okay, and I'm not really worrying about like taking away a little bit of product in some areas with the spoolie, because the reason that we went in with the dip brow was really just to create a cohesive color throughout the brow. The taupe, it's not perfect, it's not exactly my brow color, it's very, very close. So if I just filled in my tail with the dip brow and not the rest of my brow, you could tell, like it would look obvious. It's a tad bit warmer than my actual brow color. Okay, now that I have a cohesive shape and color and structure to the brow, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown, and I'm going to darken the areas that are more sparse. So in my last video, I used the dip brow to basically draw natural looking hairs in those areas. I'm not doing that this time. I'm gonna draw them in the same way that I would draw like light hairs, but because, you know, this is a little bit, oh, that's the wrong end. Because this is a little bit thicker, you know, you can really get the brush very, very fine. So you can draw those hairs. The Brow Wiz is thicker, so you can't exactly get like that exact shape. So I'm basically just gonna go in and thicken up, darken up those areas. I don't think any of that just made any sense. So underneath the brow. And I'm gonna keep, I mean, I'm pressing hard, but harder, but I'm keeping a light hand. And even when you're doing like a really defined brow, you want to keep a light hand at the top and towards the front, because otherwise it just looks like you took a Sharpie and just drew it on. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the spoolie end of the Brow Wiz and just really lightly brush it all out. Just super lightly. I don't want to undo any of the work I just did. Alright, so now I'm going to use the e.l.f. Cosmetics concealer brush and the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealer in light to clean up around the edges. So I'm going to take a little bit and put it on the back of my hand. And pick up a small amount on the tip of the brush. I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm using more product than I did last time. So we're just really cleaning up that line. And this way you can really fix any mistakes that you made. Alright, so once you're done cleaning it up with concealer, you can go ahead and set your brows with a clear brow gel. You can use like a tinted brow gel as well. I mean, when I fill them in this much, I like really don't do it unless I think they're too dark. Sometimes I'll go in with the NYX brow mascara in blonde to lighten it up, and it just adds a little bit more dimension. I'm just going to use a clear brow gel today. I'm probably going to use the NYX clear brow gel, but it's in the other room, so I'll be right back. Alright, so that is how I do it. It's pretty easy, it's very quick. I feel like I say that, I've been saying that and everything. But it's really easy. It's much easier than trying to achieve really natural looking brows because you're basically just coloring them in. Play around with it, do it on a day where you're not going anywhere, or like at the end of the day. Just try experimenting with it. Because you don't want to go totally overboard. You don't want to look like you just took a Sharpie and just like drew them on. I mean, unless you do. The products that I used are very universal. They work for a lot of different hair colors and skin tones. Alright, thanks for watching. If you're interested in these makeup details, check out my Instagram, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. I guess that's it. Okay, bye. That was crazy right now. What the fuck are you talking about? Fuck. No. My eyebrows never look the same. Like, they change every single day. What am I calling that? I don't think any of that just made any sense. What? This is the first time I've ever used Ofra liquid lipsticks. I'm obsessed. Brow, hair, shape, way. I don't remember what I was saying.